Good morning, dear students. Myself, Professor Narayanadas. Today, I am going to discuss the topic the departmentation, its meaning, centralization, and decentralization organization structures. These two topics, which related to the subject principles of management for the course or stream BBM. So, we'll see what is departmentations. So, departmentations, it is a part of the organizational process which is involves the group of common activities under a single or personal control. Single person's control, I can say. It involves a group of common activities under a single person's control. The activities might be grouped on the basis of the functions or the nature of the organizations. This work can be done by the chief executives of the concerned organizations. So, departmentation, according to Kuntz O'Donnell, he says a departmentation is a process of dividing the large monolithic functional organizations into small and flexible administrative units. So, it refers to the classifications of activities on basis of operations of any undertakings into functional categories. I'll repeat once again. It's a classification of activities on the operations of any business undertakings which are under into the functional categories. So, a departmentation so it means the process by which similar activities of a business which are grouped into the business, into the units for the purpose of facilitating smooth administrating at all the levels of the administrations, or I can say to facilitate smooth administration, the work has been segregated into units which are similar in nature. It is also a classification of activities on operations of any undertakings into functionalized categories. So, what are the process of departmentations? I can say what we do in departmentations. In departments, we generally identifying the work, nature of activities, and analyzing the worthiness of each work in detail. So, I can say it is an effort analysis by each person and also a description of the functions of the organizations. What nature of work will be, that should be described appropriate terms and a manner, and also entrusting a work to a individual person who has got a specialized experience. So, by providing various suitable stuff, in addition to which departmentation also calls for making employees held responsible. So that is fixing the scope of authority and responsibility of the each departmental heads. This is how the process of departmentation works. Now we'll move on to the process of a centralization. What actual centralization means? A centralization it refers to the organization structures where decisions making power is confined to the top executives. The capacity to take decisions remains with the top management, and its subordinates has to follow the instructions of the senior. So senior has to obey or accept the instructions of the senior, or subordinates has to obey the instructions of the senior, and he has to follow the instructions of his superior, I can say. So what are the factors which determine the centralization of authority? So the centralization, as I said, it is a structures where decisions making power remains with the top management. that decision making remains I can say influenced by the nature of organization. What sort of organization the organization structures is, a bigger one or a larger one, or scattered over a different places. So that calls for the nature of organizations. And the size of organizations, the size of organization, the bigger the size the organizations, or the smaller the size of the organizations, which will also have an impact on the I can say centralization of authorities. If the size of the organization is small, so in one remote corner a top executives can have a control by giving instructions. If the bigger organizations, it's not easy to take unitary decisions. It requires, I mean to say, a considerable time and space to take the opinion. So it requires for decentralizations also. So the employees efficiency is also factors which determine the centralization of authorities. If the superior having a capability to control the individuals, so which also decides whether you know centralizations in nature of taking the decisions, and the nature of task involved. If the nature of work is repetitive in nature, there must not be a too much involvement by the management to observe the work of an individuals. So once it has been suggested and told one or two times, the subsequent level people will be following the routine nature of work. So observations time will be saved. And delegation ability, the capacity of a controlling capacity of a managers, which decides whether it is centralization of authority is required or not. So what are the advantages of centralization? So centralization, its advantages has got cost efficient. To manage the organizations at the control of centralizations ensures a cost effectiveness and better command and control. So controls remains with the higher hierarchy or higher executives of the organizations, or I can say top management. It ensures right time of command will be passed out in the organizations, and ensures good control systems will be expected, and because there is no confusions, and there will be enhancement of quality of work. Quality of work, it calls for all the decisions remains in the heads of the people who are in executive cadre. So work quality will be of course really nice, and there will be uniformity in action because of the control rest in one centers. Appropriate action will be taken on time across in all the departments irrespective of the departments, and there will be a proper coordinations. Work will be completed on time in the organizations due to the centralization of administrations. Of course we have several disadvantages also in the what is centralizations. There will be possibilities in delay in taking decisions, because always any sort of decisions which can be taken by the higher orders, which results delay in taking decisions, and there will be a slow down in operations, where the operations in terms of productivity curbs the freedom of departmental heads, which ensures slowing down of customers, slowing down of not customers, it's an outcomes, I can say, slowing down of outcomes. So there will be discourages initiativeness. So any sort of decisions making aspects remains with the heads of the higher hierarchy. So it discourages the lower level workers or middle orders like supervisors to involve in giving suggestions and involving in decision making process. The another disadvantage of centralization is reduces the scope of specializations. There will be a growth of individual employees in vertical setup. For every area, employees will be dependent on his boss at maximum level. It restricts or curbs an employees to concentrate on horizontal development and not availing the facility of freedom to think beyond their areas. So hence there is no scope for developments in the areas due to the centralizations. I can say there will be a bureaucratic leaderships. Lower level employees has to accept the orders without his free will to the accept and freedom to express his ideas, and he has to oblige for higher orders. It ensures tight administrations. So it is a kind of bureaucratic leaderships scenarios. Now we'll see what is decentralization. So a decentralization, it refers to the assignment of the authority along with you know mm, along with the responsibility at each level of the organizations. It is a matter of giving freedom to the lower orders or middle orders to take decisions at appropriate level. It's a matter of dividing the managerial work and assigning specific duties at various executive levels or various executive skills. So this is what the decentralization means. So what are the advantages and disadvantages if you see? So first we'll see the advantages. It reduces the burden of top executives. So more freedom given to the lower level executives to take decisions on day-to-day workings. So burden on the part of top level executives reduces because freedom will be given to the lower orders. And it facilitates diversions. Decentralization ensures facilities of diversions to learn and which exhibits the talent of employees due to the freedom given to the employees, and it ensuring executive developments. So decentralization is the area or the situation give a chance to the lower level employees to develop their skills, talents, knowledge, and which facilitates development of leadership's abilities. And there is a promotion it promotes the motivation, I can say. So decentralization ensuring motivation of employees to higher level in terms of job respects or responsibilities on the in terms, I can say, promotions on merit basis. It's a policy based on quality work performed uh, rather than only a seniority basis on horizontal basis. It is ensuring better control and supervisions. So decentralization is a way which gives freedom to the departmental heads to take initiative decisions to ensure good control system and effective supervisions of the staff, I can say. So and the other advantages of decentralization is quick decisions making is possible without much wasting the time and resources, because decision making power rests with the middle orders and lower level orders. It does not consume considerable time in taking decisions, and these are all the advantages of decentralization. If you see quickly the other shadow part of the decentralization, I can say disadvantages. So there will be a problem of coordination among the members. So decisions are taken at the decentralization level. There will be a lack of cooperation or coordination among the members within the organizations also. So uniform practices cannot be followed because the decisions can be taken depending upon the situation. ಪ್ರತಿ ನಿರ್ಧಾರಗಳು ಏಕ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಸಮಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂದರ್ಭಕ್ಕೆ ಅನುಗುಣವಾಗಿ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. Depend upon the situation, climatic conditions of the organizations, decision has to be taken. So decentralization system provides an opportunity to take decisions on the situation basis, need basis, hence policies cannot be implemented uniformly. And the third level is requires qualitative personnel. So there is a requirement of specialized skill set of employees in the process of productions, which creates an opportunities for multi-level knowledge process and specialized persons. So this could be hurdle because all the times we cannot get the experienced multitasking personals. So multi-level knowledge of for the process, specialized persons cannot be available at all the time. More financial burdens, since the cost of handling the administration in the decentralization environment is more as when compared to the centralization atmosphere. So the financial burdens will be there, and there will be no proper division of work. Work allocation sometimes cannot be happen fairly and properly. There could be favoritism also, and there will be a duplication of work. Redundancies will be there. There is a chance of repetition of activities done by various persons in different departments, done by persons in different departments, I can say, in the organization, because everybody will be involved in the outcome. There will be no proper measurement mechanism to check the nature of work being done on a regular basis also. So these are all the disadvantages of decentralizations. Dear students, you can refer various textbooks available in the markets. So one from T. Ramaswamy, Principles of Management, Himalaya Publishing House, and another one same title, Principles of Management, R. Mugeshappa and his associates. So it is also from Himalaya Publishing House. So you can enrich your knowledge by referring these textbooks. I thank you for giving an opportunity, dear students. Thank you once again.